Welcome to another episode of the Thriving Immigrant podcast. Today's conversation is one conversation I'm really excited about. If you've been following me, you will know that I'm passionate about business and technology. I'm excited to introduce my guest today. He's a tech consultant. He's the founder of Nicety.AI. His name is Remi Adefioye. Welcome, Remi, to the Thriving Immigrant podcast.
Thank you so much, Paul. It's nice to be here today.
Awesome. Okay, so my very first question is always, can you share your immigration journey with us?
Yeah, thank you for that question. My immigration journey started when I moved to Canada from Nigeria in 2016. And as always, living your own country is usually both exciting and challenging. So I had to adjust to a new culture, the climate and way of life while figuring out how to make a fresh start. So one of the big lessons that I've learned was resilience. Starting from scratch taught me to see obstacles as opportunities and to keep pushing forward. That mindset has shaped how I approach both life and business today. So the journey taught me that persistence and adaptability are crucial for success in any climate that you see yourself.
Okay, so you've been in Canada for 8 years now.
Yeah,
Does it feel like 8 years?
it doesn't. So sometimes I do normally think maybe I'm still 5 years here, but when I look at the calendar and observe that next year is 2015 and the upper year will be 2016, which will make it like 10 years. So I normally, once I think about that, I say, wow, so I've been here for this long. But we thank God for everything.
Yeah, time. So, and it is true. Thank God for calendar. If there was no calendar, you would just be arguing with yourself that no, I came in yesterday. When I look at the calendar for me, when I see my kids, I just feel like, okay, something is going on. These guys cannot just be growing without the days passing. So, all right. I'm really curious because it looks like AI is a new concept. And for you to have founded Nicety AI, what was the motivation? What were you thinking? And who are your clients or who are your prospects? Who do you really want to serve when you decided that you wanted to start Nicety.AI?
So the story about Nicety AI has been such that, when you look at the AI landscape, initially it started with all the big organizations leveraging AI to automate their processes and start to use it for work. So I studied, I have masters in management of artificial intelligence from Queen's University. And from there, we were able to deep dive through different AI landscape. And what comes to mind at that point is if all these big technology are being used by big organization, how do I leverage or create something for small business owners that they can use to also, partake in the AI gig as well too. So, and that was what birthed the creation of Nicety AI. And what we do is to empower small businesses with AI-driven tools designed to streamline their operations, enhance their customers' engagement, and boost growth. So our solutions integrate seamlessly into their workflow, offering automation for marketing, lead nurturing, and communication, all from a single platform. So that's what we do currently. And we have 24/7 support to be able to take care of any thing that comes along the way.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I really love what you said. I love the fact that you mentioned that you guys identified that big businesses use AI and in a way to extend that opportunity to even small business owners decided to start Nicety.AI, which is very remarkable. Like what you're saying is good things should not be left for the big boys. So small
Sure.
business owners too can leverage this opportunity. They too they need that opportunity to leverage AI
Yeah.
and do something meaningful for themselves and their business. Okay, awesome. Great to know that. The AI space is very, very, what's the right word? It's too fast paced. And every day you wake up, something new is happening. How do you keep up with everything happening around AI? And what do you think is the future of artificial intelligence for business owners?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, the industry is moving at a very fast pace. So what I do basically is to follow a three-part approach. One is to learn, second is to test, and the third one is to apply. So I make it a priority to stay curious and keep learning. So I follow industry news, take online courses, and test out new tools to understand how they work. So networking is also important. I talk to other professionals to exchange ideas and learn from their experiences as well too. And most importantly, I focus on understanding how AI can solve real business problems. I'm always thinking about practical application, not just the shining objects. So how do we deploy AI to businesses to solve actual real business problem? So when we're engaging clients, what we normally do is to get them to tell us their pain points. Then we can now recommend or implement the solution for them to be able to solve those issues or business problems.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. I have a follow-up question to that. Since you said you meet with small business owners and clients, how do you have those conversations with your client? Because I know that the average business owner will think they don't want to hear about technology. Say, oh, technology, I'm not tech savvy, I'm not this, I'm not that. How do you have those conversations? Also, how do you mirror it in a way that they don't see it as a very expensive tool and a tool that they can actually use?
Yeah, so we as Nicety, we don't sell just the software. So we provide services. So we don't just hand over the tools to you and start go and figure it out. No. So what we do is to once we get your requirement, we sit down and create something for you. Then we plug it into your system. Then we show you how to monitor. All you need to do is just watch your dashboard to see the metrics. What are we gaining from here? What are we gaining from here? So we don't just sell software to you and we back off. So we are with you all the way up. So so the basic challenge is that kickback from small business owners because one probably maybe because of cost or something. But when you really look at it, for every business owners, there are three basic things that I think are important for you. Things that you need to achieve as a business owner. One is time freedom. Second is location freedom. And the third is financial freedom. Time freedom in terms of doing things at a very fast pace, all those boring activities, you can leverage technology to help you take them out so that you can have some time for you to be able to take care of your family or some other strategic thinking aspects as well. So the location freedom should be a kind of business that will give you leverage to work from anywhere in the world. You don't just pin yourself down to a specific location. So you should put up a kind of processes in place that will allow you to work in any part of the world. And the financial freedom is a kind of business that gives you, your financial freedom to be able to buy whatever you need to buy at every time. And, in as much as you're pushing some money back into the business to be able to scale it up, then you must have those financial freedom as well too. So when we talk to business owners, we try to let them see this bigger picture. If you're working at this scale, how do you move from point A to point B? How do you scale up your business? You don't just think about the cost that is associated to technology. And nowadays, unlike before now, it's very expensive to get AI deployed to your business. But
Mm.
nowadays, it's coming at a very cheap prices as well too. So by the time you look at the cost that you're paying versus the benefit that you're going to derive, you understand that AI is here to help you. Let me just give you another instance. We have a new technology right now that we're deploying to businesses, and we call it AI receptionist. This picks call. When people are calling your business, the AI receptionist will pick it up, engage them, and even book appointments.
Oh, wow.
So you don't need to like hire, if you have, let's assume that in your business you have one or two, three, or maybe let's just use one receptionist for instance. Instead of the person staying glued to the desk, trying to pick up call to answer to them, you can assign some other strategic things to the person to do
Yeah.
while the AI take care of just picking up calls,
Setting up
giving them,
appointment.
taking those general inquiries and booking appointments, so on and so forth. So when you think about the benefits, like when somebody calls you and you are busy attending to one of your clients, instead of losing that call, losing that opportunity, the AI part will pick up the call, engage the client, book the meeting, and you don't get yourself bothered by all those missed calls and all. So we block all the leakages to be able to scale your business forward.
Wow. That's quite impressive. Like I'm just here thinking about I'm a business owner too, and I'm just thinking about the fact that I don't get to miss calls, appointments are booked, and this AI tool you are mentioning or you're talking about doesn't work 8 hours.
Okay.
He or she, or whatever the pronoun is, we keep working as long as there's power
Yeah,
and there's internet.
yeah,
Wow. The future is actually exciting.
yeah,
Like,
sure.
and I love how you talked about those worries for business owners, talking about the freedom that they should be looking for, time
Yeah,
freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom.
yeah.
It's interesting because most people actually look at financial freedom and they don't pay attention to
The other
time
two.
freedom and location freedom. And the
Yeah,
truth is, once you have that time freedom, you can control anything else in your life. And
sure.
as a business owner, there's this book I read a while back by Michael E. Gerber. He has one very thought-provoking quote. And I think this is the way he puts it, that if your business depends on you, you don't have a business, you have a job. And it's the worst job in the world because you are working for a lunatic. You know, we're just talking about the stress of being the all in all in your business. But the truth is, if you're actually working and you don't have location freedom, you need to be there for the business to run. You are not doing it the smart.
Yeah,
You're even worse off than someone that is a typical employee
yeah,
because a typical employee can afford not to come to work and the business will run. And if he falls sick, he can enjoy some sick benefits.
yeah.
But if you're a business owner
You
and
can
your
afford.
business depends on you, the day you don't work, you don't get paid. And
Yeah, exactly.
it's not like your business will get to the point where you can leave it from the moment you start. It's a
Yeah,
phase.
yeah,
Everything
sure.
happens in phases. The moment you are starting out your business, of course, the business needs you to survive, but you should be able to consider and have a vision about I'm building this business. My goal should be I want to build it to the point where this business will not require me to be fully present to survive.
Exactly. Sure.
And that's what technology
It's all
is
about.
offering at this
Yeah,
point. Because before now, to get to that point, you need to build it well before you can now employ people. Now you do not need to employ people. You can have a business in your basement and AI will be your receptionist.
yeah,
AI can be closing sales for you.
yeah, sure.
AI can be helping you with customer inquiries.
Yeah.
So I think we are living in a very exciting moment, and
Sure.
I'm excited about the future because I've seen the power of technology. I've seen people building big businesses in one cubicle, in one remote place in the world, just like you mentioned, the location freedom. So that's a
Yeah.
very powerful one. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
So I'm loving the conversation. You can see that my passion
It's growing.
is growing as we talk about these things. So I was going to ask you about how being an immigrant has shaped your way of solving problems, or do you think being an immigrant is offering you something different or something unique as a business owner who is also an immigrant in Canada?
Yes, I would say yes, because you have to look at things from different perspectives. So like I earlier mentioned about resilience, persistence, and adaptability. So when you put those three things together, whichever location that you find yourself, you apply it or deploy it to your business, you know that you don't just knock on the door once and you back off. So with your resilience, you keep pushing until when the person tells you outright no. So so you need to keep doing what you're doing, and eventually it will pay off. So you don't just try things once and you fail at it, then you go back and sit down. So you have to keep at it. If one particular business that you're looking into, if you try it, doesn't work, try to look at what you've done wrong. Is there any other ways of doing it better? And if not, then you quickly re-strategize and bring up something new so that you can keep doing them. So, having left different things behind back home, to come here to come and start afresh. So you have to keep thinking about all those things. We're not getting younger. You have to keep thinking about your retirement life as well too. So we can't continue to work and work and work and be, slaves forever, in terms of being an employee for any organization. So we have to think about what is our exit strategy to be able
Hmm.
something that keep us, busy. As you working your 9 to 5, nothing stops you from having maybe side hustle, something that keep your brain working,
Yeah.
to make you think outside the box of your four cubicle in your office. So no matter how, and nowadays we have different things that you can start that
Hmm.
doesn't require so much money to start with. And with the help
Absolutely.
of AI, there are things that you can, automate to not, bog you down with different things. So with Nicety.AI, we work with different set of people, those who are fully in their business and those who have side hustle and they want to like put some tools in place to be able to help them take care of some stuff since they don't have money to hire an employee to be able to support them. So those are the
Yeah.
kind of things that we do here. So as we're serving those who are fully in business, we also serve those who have side hustle and they want to scale it up. For instance, those who are doing training. So
Hmm.
we have a part of our application that we can deploy to help them to handle their training. So it depends on what you're looking for, and that's the reason why we normally sit down to hear out the business owners to know their pain point. Then we'll be able to advise them. Oh, if we can handle it, these are the things that we think will be able to help you to be able to like streamline your processes or push your business forward.
Yeah. I like this point you raised. Thank you for sharing all that. And I might be wrong, but I've seen that in this part of the world, or not just this part of the world, whenever you offer value, whenever you are offering something valuable, it puts you in a position where you are able to get easy help, or you are able to get more money for yourself from anybody. as a typical employee, in Canada, sometimes some of these color or your accent can even prevent you. I don't want to dwell so much on that topic, but I've seen business owners that because of the kind of value they're offering, the clients, they don't even want to know who is offering the value.
Exactly.
So they come from all walks of life to patronize, to get what they need, because at that point, they're looking for something that will solve their problem.
Exactly.
So I feel like for an immigrant in Canada, you probably have more chances at succeeding by creating something very valuable. There's a
Exactly.
lady who started Chick-fil-A in Ottawa. Her name is Ibukun. Shout out to, I think that's her name, yeah. So I'm just giving her a shout out. Every time I visit that Chick-fil-A, I spend average of 30 to 45 minutes on the driveway trying to get my order. And I've noticed that everybody spends that amount of
Short
time,
time.
regardless of their color, whether black, brown, or white. But what she has been able to do is she has been able to create value that regardless of your color, you want
Yeah.
to get those stuff. And some people probably don't even know that this
Fiona
restaurant
is
is a black woman from Nigeria. So, and she's employing people too. She's
mhm,
employing people. So that's what you start to enjoy as a business owner in Canada or wherever you find yourself, as long as you are creating value,
yeah,
regardless of your color. Some people will patronize you, they won't even know who is behind the business. So
exactly.
I think if you are listening to me right now and you are not sure if you should start a business, but you have what it takes, or you know that you have something that is very valuable, maybe you should just give it a try. Start
Mhm.
and see what you're going to get from it. So we've talked about all the good things, the benefits, the fantastic things about AI. I think one of the most fascinating things for me is that the AI doesn't go on vacation. The AI doesn't get sick leave. The AI doesn't have any benefits, and the AI can't quit.
Sure,
So
exactly.
AI keeps working for you 24 hours. But are there any risk that business owners should be thinking about when trying to implement all these tools in their everyday business?
Yeah, so there's no business without risk. So the biggest mistake I see is not having a systematic approach to sales or not having a clear system for managing leads, especially for all business owners. So many businesses rely on memory or scattered notes rather than a proper CRM system, which leads to missed opportunities. Another common error is inconsistent follow-up. Most sales happen after several touch points, but many give up too early, you
Hmm.
know. Finally, using too many disconnected tools can make things chaotic. And the solution is to implement clear processes. The key here is to simplify and focus on consistent follow-ups and relationship building. Because you know, being in this business is we also learning all the way. Because you don't just approach someone once and you know move back. So there is a client that I've been pursuing for several months, and this recently the person told me, "Oh, I'm interested in what you're doing, but I don't have the time now." So we keep pushing until when we get to that stage when the person will have the time to listen fully and to be able to see how can we deploy something to help the business. So it's not just approach them once and you close your face to that. So and when you have a systematic approach of capturing those leads and you continue to get in touch with them from time to time, so you don't miss out on any of the opportunities available to you there.
Right. Thank you for sharing all that. So, as a business owner that let's say I'm a business owner now and I'm trying to implement all these things. I haven't done them before. Are there any risk, maybe one or two risks that you think I should be aware of if I'm trying to implement AI in my business? Maybe compliance, maybe data, because I think recently OpenAI we have fined maybe $170 million in Europe. I'm not sure of the figure, but it was a lot of money. They were fined that money for, I think, GDPR issues. So for a small business owner in this era of artificial intelligence, are there any risks that they should be considering so they won't just be in a situation where they're looking for extra $3,000 and they will now find themselves paying fines of $30,000 that can bankrupt the entire business. So do you want to speak to one or two risks that you think business owners should be looking out for if they're trying to implement AI in their business?
Okay, so there are, majority of what we deal with, they are data, and data is key. Data is gold to any business owners. So I'll speak specifically to some industry that their client data is very important that you can't mess up with. And one is the clinic or dental patients. So there are strict rules that you need to follow. And for you to be able to deploy any technology to them, you must have HIPAA certification um, to um, to ensure that your technology is compliant
Yeah.
with those regulations, so you don't mess up with patients' data. And basically, with our own CRM system, we don't capture all those PI data per se, so to say. So we have the ability to capture them, but it's not something that we want to toy with.
Hmm.
So what I will advise is you as a business owner, whatever data that you're capturing from your clients or your customers is very important and they are good. So you don't mess up with it. You have to ensure that you have enough security in place to take care of their data so that whichever information you're pushing out there should be things that are generally available, not something that is personal to those clients. So that is one thing that I would say, because you deal with data and you have to protect it. Ensure that you did not breach any of those compliance or regulations. So you have to ensure that you put all the things in place. If you think you don't have the resources to be able to get the required regulatory certification, please don't do it yet. Ensure that you put all those measures into place before you bank on it.
Thank you. That was quite practical. So thank you, Remi Adefioye, for sharing all those nuggets. And thank you for being a thriving immigrant. Thank you for setting up your company, Nicety.AI. I usually love to ask my client, not my client, my guest, this last question. What is the most powerful piece of advice that you have ever received? And it doesn't have to be related to today's conversation.
The best advice I've received is keep learning and never give up. There have been times when things didn't go as planned, but I've learned that persistence and adaptability makes all the difference. Success doesn't come overnight, but if you stay curious and committed, you keep moving forward. And also to always test small before scaling.
Hmm.
So by testing the market, you figure out what worked and expanded slowly. With that, you avoid costly mistakes. This advice about starting small has helped me as well, and many other business owners who take smarter risk.
Hmm. All right. It's been a very techy, insightful conversation with consultant Remi Adefioye. Thank you so much for coming to the Thriving Immigrant podcast. And if you are just listening to me for the first time, I would say please subscribe and share this episode with someone. And you can find this on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and everywhere. So, Mr. Remi, how can we contact you?
Okay. You can reach out to us on www.nicety.io. We have a chatbot there that you can interact with, and we'll get your message. Or connect with us on Instagram via @nicety.ai or @nicety_automation. And you can also reach out to us via phone 613-600-0050. And if you love to chat with our AI receptionist, we have a demo phone number that you can call and simulate your business with it. And that is +1 833 659 6611. +1 833 659 6611. Thank you.
Of course, if you're not leveraging your AI receptionist, who else will do that? So, thank you, Mr. Remi, for all the things you've shared today. And on this note, I want to say thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please feel free to contact Nicety.AI you can use any of those handles that you mentioned, either by phone or you want to contact them on Instagram. I'm sure that by the time you speak to the AI, you will finally get to speak with Mr. Remi. So that's it for today, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you so much.